Congratulations, everyone, and welcome to Phillips Mill. We congratulate the student playwrights whose work rose to the top. Our mission is to promote the arts, and that's why we are here today, to celebrate young voices.
Tonight we are celebrating the work of 6 young playwrights with work that has never been seen before on stage. This is going to be a thrilling experience for us. So some context for this, right? Playwrights go through this process where they test their work out on stage before it gets fully produced and layered into a production somewhere. You're about to see some plays that haven't been seen before. One of the things that art generally can do for us is it can show us things that we thought we knew as though we were seeing it for the first time.
Cast of characters. Marcus, a man in his early 30s, a cameraman. Miss Tally, a woman in her late 30s, president of Ruby Technologies. Mr. Anderson, a man in his late 40s, an ambitious journalist trying to be known.
Puzzled police officers storm the apartment of minimalist Cynthia Talley, president of Ruby Technologies, as they find her dead body alongside that of an ambitious journalist. Perhaps it was a freak accident, or maybe, they say, they killed each other. I'll tell you what really happened here. Earlier that very day.
Ask away.
Well, it would help to know what the incident actually was. You were a little vague over the telephone, as per what Marcus said.
7 months ago, a package arrived at the front door of Ruby Technology headquarters. We don't know how it got there or who sent it, but it got through all of our security, so I opened it myself. And inside, there was a white swan. It didn't take long to realize that it wasn't really normal. I mean, many things about it were different beyond what we understand about this world. Someone, I don't recall who, suggested that we destroy it, so we took a vote. And it was close, but the majority chose to preserve it, to study it. After about 2 weeks, we moved it to this apartment. It escaped.
You'll have to excuse me here, but I feel like a white swan in an apartment like this could never leave your sight. Why would you need this detector?
That's the thing, Mr. Anderson. This swan is not a swan at all.
Okay, great.
You don't believe me?
The banging starts again.
It's not that I don't believe you, Miss Talley. It's just that...
Will you shut up?
The banging stopped.
Madam, are you okay? You look a little pale.
Mr. Anderson's phone rings.
It's playing with us.
Mr. Anderson picks up the phone.
Hello?
Miss Talley, would I be correct in assuming that the swan did not escape this apartment until yesterday?
Yes.
And you used to try and feed it your shortbread cookies, no matter what animal it was, correct?
Yes. How did you know?
And you attempted to kill it with the knife in your kitchen when it turned into you.
Mr. Anderson puts his phone down.
That was Marcus. He says he's got knocked out, and he's been hearing strange banging noises ever since.
The lights go out.
Hello?
A thud and a male grunt.
Ooh.
Hello?
The chandelier flickers once as Marcus is landing a blow to Miss Talley's head. After a pause, the lights turn on with one last bang to reveal Marcus at downstage center. The motionless bodies of Miss Talley and Mr. Anderson lie in the background.
The time is 1700. We are on the Loyal Sabre, a pirate ship sailing across the Atlantic Ocean. The ship is messy despite the crew's best efforts to keep it clean. Currently, we're in the captain's quarters. They're messy with bottles and papers all over the floor. There are a wardrobe, a desk, a chair next to a bed, and Captain Bardick and First Mate Haniel.
Come on, Captain. You've been in bed for 3 days. I know you must miss Gastonia, but please, get out of bed. This crew needs you.
Oh, what's the point? Gastonia was the best raccoon a pirate could ask for.
And Ames said there was a rich, fancy-looking ship nearby, and plundering always puts you in such a good mood.
All right, but Could you get out my fancy coat? If there are rich people, I want them to think I'm cool. How do I look?
You look amazing, Captain.
Haniel opens the door to the captain's quarters, leading to the main deck, where Ames is on the lookout with a spyglass. Claudius is moping. Ames hears the door open and close and turns to face Bardic and Haniel with the spyglass to their eye.
Oh, hello there, Capitan. You look nice today, Capitan.
Why, thank you, Ames.
Claudius turns to face Bardic.
I know you think it's fun, but can you stop leaving people to bleed out on the deck? Once they're dead, just throw them overboard. It's a pain to clean up all the blood.
Oh, sorry about that, old chap. All right, crew. There is a fancy-pants-looking ship coming from the north.
It's south, Captain.
That's what I meant. Well, it doesn't really matter which direction it's coming from. What does matter, though, is how much booty can we steal from them? Yes, Claudius.
And how exactly do we do that, Captain? Steal their booty, I mean.
The cast of characters are Magnolia, a young woman of around 20 years. She was born in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, but moved to Louisiana following her acceptance to Louisiana State University. Her childhood friend is Judd. Judd is a young man of around 20. He lives in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and attends community college. The scene is a countryside near St. Gabriel, Louisiana, in the present during April. It is in the countryside surrounded by huge magnolia trees. At rise, Magnolia and Judd sit in the countryside with their legs crisscrossed directly across from each other. Judd's back is rigid and straight. He hardly seems to move. Magnolia sways back and forth, humming. Her figure seems captivated by the wind.
LSU treating you well, then?
It's all right. I like my classes well enough. Some of them are hard, though.
Harder than any class I've ever taken, I bet.
You could do it, Judd. You just... Well, why are you here, Judd? I mean, I'm glad you are. I miss you like crazy, but it's been 2 years. Seeing you after all this time, it's just so hard.
Is this the questioning tree or something? All right. I needed to see you. I think about you often. Too often. And yesterday I just snapped. I made my mind up right then and there that it was time I paid you a visit. So I gave your sister a call to find out where you were, got in my truck, and here I am.
I can't believe Billy didn't warn me you'd be coming. And Judd, I think about you too. You know that. I just didn't know how to go back.
Spontaneity was never really your thing, was it?
No, definitely not.
Cast of characters. Mackenzie, a 16-year-old girl, outgoing and eager to be popular. Hope, Madeline's best friend, loyal and very friendly. Madeline, a 16-year-old girl, very snobby and popular. Jack, a 17-year-old boy, football star and classroom joker. Brinkley, a shy and quiet teenager, very sweet and generous. Liam, best friends with Jack, has a big crush on Hope. Scene, outside of a cooking class in a small high school, right before the prom. We open to a small high school in the suburbs. Thousands of teenagers line the halls asking their dates to the upcoming prom. All the doors of the classrooms are shut, except for the cooking class door.
I'm going to ask Hope to the prom today.
Dude, that's amazing! But how are you going to do it?
I baked a message and stuffed it into a pie. When she gets this place, she'll see it. It's perfect.
Really, man? You think nothing could go wrong?
Liam is already moving toward her with the pie as Jake smacks his hand on his head in agony.
Dude, that's a horrible plan!
Ha! Eat that, preppy girl at I'mTheBest.com.
Hi, Hope. I baked your pie and it's special. I made it just for you.
Aw, that's so sweet of you.
Takes one bite, then gags and spits it out. Liam doesn't see this though.
Jake, went so well. I can't wait for her to see me tomorrow.
She said yes? For real?
Well, yeah, she said it was sweet, and I think it was a yes, so I'm happy.
Hey, that's great, Liam. I still haven't found a date yet, though.
So I was wondering, since you're a star and I'm a star, obviously, I was thinking you can come to the dance with me. I'll have the limo pick you up at 8 sharp.
But I never said yes to going with you.
Well, yes, of course. Obviously. Our relationship is so perfect, I can make all the right decisions for you. Like me.
Sure, Madeline, I guess. See you tomorrow.
Cast of characters are Lewis, an old man who knows the world like the back of his hand, staunch, and Clark, another old man who knows the world like the back of his hand, tired and ready to move on. The setting is in the present in a study. Lewis and Clark are sitting in their respective armchairs, which are bound in weathered leather, placed in the center of the study. Books and globes clutter the space. There is a large map of the world hung behind the men, almost entirely full of pins.
I spy with my little
Oh,
eye.
please, Louis.
You're an old crank now, aren't you? You used to be so much fun. You and your little accordion, walking down the streets of Paris to pass the time, playing La Java Bleu, like a shepherd herding French babes. What, Monsieur Clark? All done playing your little I Spy game?
I'm finished.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
We've examined the world, like art critics revealing the most arbitrary blots on a canvas. We're finished. Every pebble, cloud, grain, tree, hue of green. I simply wish to stare into the void for a little while.
We've really finished?
Don't you get it? The familiarity. When you walk down a cobblestone street, don't you get deja vu from our summers in the old country? 20 days to observe a road, 2 per alleyway, a year per town. Don't you feel it?
Clark hits Lewis's leg.
Ow!
What was that for?
Don't you feel it?
What? Feel what?
The age. The age-old ache. The tender flesh of your knee. One needs to rest, my friend. Rest.
Rest?
Close your eyes.
I see darkness.
Oh, don't look. You'll staunch. Just sink into it. Yes. Let it consume you.
I don't like this.
You hound.
You hound?
You hound, you hound. Silence.
Cast of characters. Alexa, a guilt-stricken older sister driven to expose society's mistakes. Letter Tristan, the boy we see on the right side of the stage detailing his experiences in letters to his older sister. Past Tristan, the boy on the left side of the stage experiencing the memories in the moment. Police officer, a seasoned police officer. Principal, an emotionless, stern woman in her late 50s. Mrs. Collins, the haughty, overprotective mother of Nathan Collins.
Tristan Lewis, the type of person who blended into the background. Few friends, no distinctive attributes, mediocre grades. He was barely surviving. He hated this place, but had no choice except to return back, seeking refuge under his headphones.
Letter Tristan grabs a piece of paper and lays on his stomach to write. Alexa takes out the same note, aged with time, to read.
Dear Alexa, I hope you're enjoying college. I hope you're done wearing makeup to cover up Dad's anger.
And the party was ordinary until the police arrived.
Police officer sits at one chair, leaning forward to interrogate past Tristan, who slumps in his seat, worn out from the stress and obvious lack of sleep. His eyes squint in response to the light.
Tell me the truth, son. Did you or did you not knowingly possess and distribute alcohol to underage students?
For the third time, I didn't.
I wanted to go home, but they wouldn't let me leave until they contacted Mom and Dad.
It's routine to inform a minor's parents of underage drinking.
That's what she told me as I pleaded to avoid Mom and Dad's anger.
Please don't call them. I'll tell you whatever you want to hear. Please don't call them.
She didn't care. They never do.
I'm sorry, kid. You shouldn't have made the decision to supply alcohol at this party. Now, please excuse me.
I told you the truth. Why won't you listen to me? Sophia and the others get off with doing whatever they want, and I'm always stuck here facing the consequences. No one ever believes me either. It's less work to just blame the bad kid from that family.
Mr. Johnson told us history always repeats itself. I've been starting to believe that I'm stuck in this cycle forever. With every event, my anger grows. It's getting harder to control, and it doesn't help that this entire town sees me as a monster. To them, I might as well be Dad, just walking up to random kids and beating on them. You were the only one who truly understood. Maybe if they can see I'm not our parents, I won't have to live like this anymore.